Hello from Nigeria. My name is Umoh, and I am one of Africa's finest public relations executives, constantly helping public figures look good in the public and also in the media. I am also the co-founder Maxstream Works Management, a talent management and a public relations company here in Nigeria. I am constantly moved by the level of illiteracy in Africa. Hence, I have dedicated my life to helping and supporting, education in Africa. This I do through my initiative, School a Child Africa. And we won't stop until every child in Africa can actually access educational materials. Thank you for joining in from everywhere. I also want to thank the team at Young and Different, for putting this so necessary event together. This is super important even at this time. This is the time in the history of the world and our beloved continent, Africa, where the pandemic didn't only come to make us more connected as humans, but has forced us into a new reality. I mean, we're all experiencing a whole new world. Now, this pandemic changed everything. Everything. Now, here we are humans and living with new set of rules, social distancing and masking up and now it's the vaccines. Now, this reality has made millions of people lose their jobs, and millions have experienced a significant slash in the salary and in the compensation structures. And thousands of businesses have closed forever. Forever. Millions of Nigerians are declared unemployed. Now, this is a reality. And this reality actually has made the internet more appreciated, even loved, like a newly wedded couple and some high school love story. You know exactly what I mean. So this same reality has made the pride of boardrooms and end up in actually the screens. We now have boardrooms in the screens. The new reality of dressing up for a Zoom meeting, which is actually happening from your house. I remember the first time I actually had a Zoom meeting, I was all tied up, with tie and everything, like I was going for a proper meeting outside in the office. And then I saw my friend one of those days putting on a shirt and a tie with a pajamas. That for me was it was really, really cool. And I'm like, dude, this is like the new cool. Just relaxing in your house and doing the most from the comfort of your home. Now, the pandemic also has made automations more popular. The bots and the robots are having a feel-good time. Now, the work from home reality is the new cool. I already said that. Now, there are thousands of companies globally who have adopted the work from home concept and structuring that processes around that reality, which even today, the World Health Organization wakes up and say, hey, the pandemic is over. We don't have no more COVID-19. Now, these companies will still continue to work from home because it is a new reality. Now, this is the new normal. This is it. You either adapt or you die out. I'll say that again. This is a new reality. You either adapt or you die out. Now, here is the big question. How are you going to break even in this new reality and even in this new world? Now, in this world where competition is on the highest, everybody's fighting for limited spots available across board. How are you even going to break through and break even in the world where over 100,000 of businesses were closed in 3 months because of the reality? And this is really, really, really sad, actually. So how are you even going to break through when your businesses can't even breathe? Like, how are you even going to allow your businesses to breathe where in Nigeria, where over 21.7 million people are unemployed, and the unemployment rate actually increased by 28% in 2020. This is our reality. And this is the new world where you are not only competing with human beings, you're actually competing with robots too. Then, so I'm going to say a few things. I'm going to suggest a few things. I believe that if we look at it and engage it, it can really move us from where we are to the next level and help us, move smoothly in this our new reality. The first thing would be re-envision, right? Re-envision yourself, re-envision your career, re-envision your business, and other things basically. I don't know what you're into. Try to re-envision it, right? Engage your soul and your imaginations at setting new goals. This is really what it is about. Create new realities in pictures and in writing. Create a vision board for your new reality. That's the truth. A popular verse in the Bible says, write the vision, make it clear, so that they who sees it would run with it. And that same scripture say, in its appointed time, it will speak. Now that's quite important. Write the vision, make it plain, so that they who sees it would run with it. And that's what your vision board is about. I'm not sure I'm into. I'm not sure I'm at that. I'm not sure I'm at this point trying to explain what a vision board is. And, because of limited time, you can go check that out and actually structure yours. Now, the next thing would be re-strategize. Yes, the old methods are not going to work properly for the new reality, right? It's going to be you putting a round spake in a square hole, and that cannot really work out. So you have to re-strategize. You have to rethink things through. You have to, I would love to say that re-strategizing is a response to the things that you have re-envisioned. At this point, you refocus on how to move from where you are to achieving your new goals. And you're actually creating new ways and, how you can do these things and make them a reality, right? If you don't re-strategize, you're just going to go around circles. Clarity is quite important. Clarity. Knowing exactly what you want to do is great, but knowing how to get there is the next thing, and which is one of the most important things in your journey. One of the most important things in your journey. And then the next thing would be restructure your process, right? Restructure your process. Yes, you had a way of how you used to do things. Understand that in 2020, 2021, moving forward, the concept of humanity has changed. And you are going to be selling, whatever you're going to be selling, you're going to be selling with human print in everything you do. If you're going to be communicating across board, in your social media and your press releases and whatever you're going to do, you're going to have human touch in whatever you do. So, I'm just giving you a clue on what it can be. But you know what works for you. So re-strategize according to your industry, re-strategize and know exactly what works for you and move towards that direction. Have a clear picture of where you are going to. See, for the most part, you are overwhelmed because you don't have a clear picture of what you want to do. Like knowing how you want to do it. Now you know what your new goals are, but you don't know how you want to get there. You've not structured it. You've not re-strategized. You've not strategically, written down things and draw, maps and road maps on how you're going to achieve those things. That's why you're overwhelmed. Try it out. Sit down. Do a plan. Have a plan of what you want to do. Different stages, long-term goals, short-term goals, and how you want to get there. Roadmap on how you want to get there. And you would really start feeling light. And the next point is focus on your difference, right? When you are restructuring and re-strategizing, you'd have to look at what you are bringing to the table, what difference you're bringing to the table. Well, in Maxstream, when we started in 2019, Maxstream Works Management, our company, when we started in 2019, myself and my co-partner sat down, and then we looked at the market. What was missing in the market? In the music business, what was actually missing? Now, at that time, you had people just wanted to blow up with their music, right? We define blowing up in two ways. Blowing up can be you making money off your music, or blowing up can be you becoming very popular, right? And one can happen without the other. For example, you can make so much money in the music business without even being known. Yes. And you can actually be popular, and the money you're making is not equal to your popularity. So we noticed that gap. So we said, okay, what should we do? Let's start training independent artists on what they can do to blow up, make money off their music. For example, people were already blowing up, being popular, and they were focusing on that. So we came with this other one. We said, okay, let's train people on how they can make money off their music, even without being popular. You don't need shows to become, to make money off your music. So that's how we started training thousands of people across Africa, to know how they can make money off their music, being popular, jumping on stage or not, right? So that's the difference we are bringing as Maxstream into the music business space. So you have to think in your industry, what is that thing that is lacking? What is the difference you can bring, right? And that's what it is. So before the pandemic, we used to go to different cities across Africa to teach people how they can actually do these things. But the pandemic became a reality, and we cannot travel like that again. What we now did was we started putting out newsletters. People subscribed. We have over 2,300 subscribers now. People are subscribing, and they are learning how they can, make a career, make business, make money out of that music. And that's exactly what we are doing now, And then we are now moving into podcasting and all of these other different ways of having conferences online. That's exactly what it is. So for Maxstream, we looked at music business education, and we gave value in that direction. So look at your industry and think of the difference you can bring to your industry. And the next thing would be relearning. Relearning is quite important. You cannot properly execute the things you're supposed to execute if you don't have the capacity to execute them. That just means if you don't have knowledge on how you can execute those things, you won't be able to execute them. So what do? You go for the new knowledge that would help you. Now, one of the skills I would recommend in 2021, moving forward, would be negotiation skills. That's quite important. Across industries, it is quite important to learn how you can negotiate. It is quite important. I mean, I can't even overemphasize this because of time. I just had to say that so you can go think of it, sign up for classes. So very important, sign up for classes that will help you become better moving forward, right? You need to sign up for classes that would help you. If you now have a clear path, you have to sign up for classes that will help you execute, that would give you knowledge on how you can execute in that path, how you can achieve your goals. For some of us, you would need coach. In fact, I recommend you having a coach. Everyone needs a coach. Everyone needs that person who's going to tell him or her, hey, this is what you should do. Understand that as a creative or, as a young person, you're already in the field, doing the things you're doing. And a coach is someone who looks outside, right? You are in the field. The coach looks outside and look at how you're performing. And he or she will tell you, hey, this is the part I think you should go into. This is the thing I think you should, do. This is what I think you can do better on. That's what we're talking about. We need coaches. So you need a coach. That's still in the process of relearning, right? And the last thing, which is quite important, after re-envisioning, after re-strategizing, after restructuring your process, after getting to know what your difference is, and after relearning, if that's all you're going to do, then I think you failed. Yes, to some extent, actually. Somebody said there's nothing like failure, but this is what it is. The next thing would be execution. There's really no point going through all of these processes without actual execution. So you would have to learn how to execute. Wake up and put into practice everything that you've learned. Wake up and put into practice everything that you've envisioned. Wake up and put into practice the things that you now know. Wake up and push your team members to execute. Show them the things they need to do. Make sure that they get it done. That's always the point. There will be no point learning and doing all of these things, listening to motivational speeches like I do. I really love doing that, right? And there will really be no point doing that if you are not going to put these things into practice. So I'm going to say this to you. You are well on your way to becoming better, to becoming big, to executing, to becoming successful in the things you're doing. But you would have to reposition and grab what the difference is in the market and stand out. Because if you're not different, you're not going to stand out. And if you're not standing out, you're not going to make extra money. Why am I going to prefer you over the other person? Think about that. You'd have to always and always stand out. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, to come into your living room, to come into your space, and just having this conversation with you. My name is Umoh, and I thank you.